Peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Sean Gold, coming back with another spiritual message for the day. This is going to be number 2. So if you didn't watch the first one, I hope all is well with you. Hope you're having a good day. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a spiritual message for y'all, the second one of the day, so I'm going to get straight into it. So this one is going to be titled Virgo season is going to have a lot to do with your nervous system. This Virgo season is going to have a lot to do with your nervous system, and also the world mirroring back to you. So what do I mean? I'll explain. So if you don't know, we're in Virgo season now. We just got out of the retrograde yesterday. I believe it was the 26th that it was over. And we still have 2 weeks of the post shadow after that, which can be sometimes worse than the original retrograde. So hopefully this one is not too bad. But Virgo deals with, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Virgo also, dragonfly. That's crazy. I just said about mirroring right now. It's going to be crazy at an all-time high right now, and then I seen a dragonfly. Literally was just looking up the meanings of dragonflies. I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, and it literally just flew by. I ain't see a dragonfly in man long. That's crazy. But that's thank you God. It's confirmation. So, like I said, Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury's about communication and stuff like that. And Virgo rules the nervous system. So many Virgos out there might have issues when it comes to, because they have the stigma on them that they're perfectionists, and like I said, they just like to pay attention to detail a lot, and they like to get things exactly how it's supposed to be, so that it comes off as a perfectionist. But because of that can cause a lot of pressure on themselves, and it can get them in their head, and they can have very high anxiety, and that can affect their health and mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So right now, the energy of that for this Virgo season is at an all-time high. And the lesson for everybody right now, not just for Virgos, but just the energetically for Virgo season, is to make sure that you're not overthinking too much, and to make sure that you're not in your head too much right now when it comes to doing things and fulfilling things that you were told to do by God, the universe, and the ancestors. So when it comes to your nervous system, of course you find the word nervous. So right now, a lot of people might be getting nervous and anxious more than usual, especially when it comes to them going to do things that they're trying to pursue. So they might notice that their anxiety is getting the best of them. They might be in their head too much. They might feel like maybe they shouldn't go do this or put this out or do this right now. And that's the energy that's in the air right now due to the Virgo season, because it's ruled by the nervous system. So we got to be mindful and remember to take our time when it comes to pursuing the things we're doing and putting ourselves out there with the talents and the gifts and the creativity that we were blessed with and that God is telling us to do, to take our time. Because if we feel like we have to rush it, and we feel like we're on a clock, or we feel like we have something to prove to people, that's going to make the anxiety go up more, and that's going to make you start overthinking more. And the more the anxiety goes up and the more you start overthinking, you're going to find ways in your head, because that's part of the nervous system as well, the brain, and also the gut, which is the second brain. But we'll get more into that in the video. So the more you do that, the more the anxiety is going to go up, and the more you're going to start overthinking. The more you start overthinking, what happens? You start making up and finding reasons in your head to not do something and to why it's not going to work. I'll give you examples. Big Sean, I believe it was yesterday, did a live video. I seen it this morning, and he was crying on live because he was talking about how much he was in his head as a creative when it came to putting out his album and his work. But it's no coincidence, and it hit me this morning like, it's Virgo season, that's why. There's no coincidence as why, and he started crying because he was in his head too much and he's overthinking it. He came out, he was confident, he put the songs out, but because certain things that people were doing and saying and trying to make false accusations that he was coming at somebody specifically in his rhymes, and that was thrown away and taken away from the creativity and everything, the art he was putting out, because people weren't viewing it in the way they were supposed to view it. So that started messing with him and his confidence. And then because of that, now, like I said in the beginning, he started overthinking. And when you start overthinking, now he's overthinking too much. Now he's worrying and thinking when to put the album out, or should he put it out right now. And now it's about to stop his whole creative process and hinder his whole life purpose of what he's supposed to be doing right now. And he eventually started crying on live, because that's all the nervous system. When you thinking too much, you overthinking, your nervous system is all out of whack, you're going to start panicking, you're going to start breaking down, and it could make you start crying because you overthinking and you doing too much in your mind that's going to affect your body now, your nervous system. So, and that could affect your gut too, because of your awareness, that's the second brain, and that's going to affect you having clear thinking of how to move in the world. So that's why I'm bringing that example of him doing that. But it's not a coincidence why he did that yesterday during Virgo season. But today, I seen that he put out a picture on his YouTube saying that the album was going to be released Friday. So he must have did something where he took his time to really pull himself together and really put in perspective of maybe he's bugging out. Well, not even maybe, that he is bugging out and he's doing too much overthinking, and it's not really what he's making himself think it is, because if he puts the project out, he's going to receive all the love and the positive feedback that he's looking for. But because of those things of what people were saying and trying to accuse him of in his records, of what he was, of somebody he was aiming towards or talking to directly, instead of them just seeing that he's just rapping, he's spitting bars, that took away his confidence as far as, are people going to view the art in the way it should be viewed. Thank you, God. It made him feel that maybe it's not going to be good enough to get that positive feedback, or maybe it's not going to be what I think it's going to be, because people are going to be expecting disses and other stuff and subliminals that he's not really doing and he's not focused on, because he's focused on the art and he's focused on being a creative. So he must have went back to the drawing board and got himself together, and he realized he has to put this out, because if not, all that work and everything he did working towards this new album was for no reason. So if you're going through that right now, it's to be mindful of taking your time and to make sure that you calming your body down, your mind down right now. If you are overthinking things, and if you are overthinking doing something that clearly God told you to do, and it's in your soul, and the universe and the ancestors are giving you the nudge to do, that's for you to really slow down and to make sure that you're breathing, to calm your body down. Like, I had to do that the other day. I'll just say it. And this ties into my video what I mentioned before, and that's about the first video about the world mirroring to you right now, and that's at an all-time high right now with the deja vu nostalgia, but also the mirroring, because we in Virgo season, and Virgo rules the nervous system. You can manifest things at an even rapid pace more now as well, because that rules the brain, and that rules your gut, which is your second brain, your awareness and everything that you are attracting to you. Because you don't realize that's your intuition, that also attracts things to you as well. It's magnetism. So you got to be careful right now what you're thinking of or what you're talking about, because it's going to show up. Like I just said about the dragonfly. Just was reading about that. There goes dragonfly. I ain't seen a dragonfly in years over here. And that just happened. The modeling. I was like, you know what? I need to get back into modeling. But it's going to come. Some castor call is going to come up. Because I'm thinking positive of that. My nervous system is digesting that. Because Virgo also rules diet and the digestive system as well. All that connects. We'll keep getting into that. Because I'm digesting that positive stuff, the magnetism of that is going to bring it to me, because I'm thinking positive. And it came a few days later. Text message came, casting call. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't even have to look it up. Excuse my language. Boom, goes outside. I went to the casting call that same day. The next day, well, before I say that, but when I was on my way to that casting call getting ready, I was super nervous. I was getting crazy nervous, and I was getting crazy anxious, and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, why am I so anxious? Why am I so nervous? And because that made me start overthinking. And then because I started overthinking, it started making me want to come up with ways of why I shouldn't go to the casting call. And I had to check myself and be like, yo, why are you worrying? There's nothing to worry about. You've done this before. Yes, you haven't modeled in a few years, took a break, but you've done this before. So calm down and relax and just hope for the best and just do you. And don't worry about looking crazy or looking stupid or messing up because you didn't do it in a while. Don't overthink. Because if you start practicing and worrying about if your walk is going to be good and you didn't walk in a while, you're going to mess up. You're going to overthink and you're going to mess this whole opportunity up. Just chill, relax. On the train ride down there, just breathe on the train and clear your mind. Don't be thinking about, yo, what if this happened? What if this? Do I got the right things? Don't worry about that. Have fun. So you gotta remind yourself too to have fun with things, because when we're doing things creatively and things that we're pursuing, we take it too serious sometimes. And I'm not saying not to take it serious, but we take it too serious where we don't have fun doing it because we're so worried about perfecting it, doing it right, not messing up, that takes away from the fun of it. Because yes, you're supposed to be serious and prepare yourself, but you're supposed to have fun too, because that is what keeps you going doing it. Because when you're stressing out, you worry, you take it too serious, that takes the fun. Not only does it take the fun out of it, but it stresses you out. It takes your focus away from it, and you're not as sharp. So you got to learn how to breathe and relax and clear your mind and tell yourself that it's going to work out because I'm going to put my 100% all into it and just hope for the best. And if you don't get it, at least you know you put your all into it and your focus, and that it just wasn't meant and something else better is going to come. So we just got to be mindful of that right now, what we thinking and not overthinking in this Virgo season right now. And also, diet is very important as well, because that's a part with Virgo season nervous system, because Virgo also rules with the digestive system. So you also got to be mindful right now of diet right now, because things are going to be affecting you way more during this Virgo season than they usually would. So if you're a person that eats snacks with a lot of sugars, right now, you eat that right now, it's going to break you out crazy fast. You're going to be bringing out hives, all types of stuff, acne, all types of stuff. I learned the lesson the hard way. I haven't eaten there was plant-based cookies, but I haven't eaten them in a while. I just didn't have a taste for sugar. I ate some yesterday, face instantly broke out. Boom, 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 because of the sugar. More than they usually do. But that's what I mean, because we're in a Virgo season energy, that's going to happen more than it usually does. The same way the anxiety and the overthinking is going to happen more than usual right now during the Virgo season. So we got to keep those things in mind and be aware, so we can know why it's happening and how to prevent it right now, so you don't spiral out of control. Because that can happen to a Virgo if they get in their head too much and start overthinking about perfection. They can spiral. They could go into anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and you don't need that right now. Just like I mentioned with the Big Sean thing earlier, if you cause them to start crying on IG Live, panicking and being too anxious and worrying about putting his project out because of what people were saying, and it started making him question his whole creative process working towards his album. But he got out of it, and he decided, I don't know what he did, but he put out today that he's going to put it out Friday. So whatever he did, he went to go calm himself down so he doesn't talk himself out of doing the project, putting it out anymore, and overthinking, thinking that he has to go and tweak things or fix things and stuff like that because of what people were saying. So just keep that in mind, and just remember right now that we're in the Virgo season. Virgo rules the nervous system. So be mindful of your anxiety, be mindful of not overthinking right now, and be mindful of calming yourself down, and breathing is very important when you are feeling anxious, or when you feel like you might be panicking, when you're overthinking about doing something or it not going in your favor. And also to remember that diet is important right now, because that is a part of the Virgo ruling as well with the stomach and digestive system, because Virgo also rules the awareness, and that has something to do with attracting and your magnetism. So also keep that in mind as well. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love you always. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused, stay goal-oriented. Like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is hard. Life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing you could do sometimes is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love you always. I appreciate y'all's support. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused. And to the next topics. I'll catch y'all. Peace.